Wasabi guys, welcome back to another weekly warnings video. This time we're nearing the end of January. We have a mixed bag for today's video. We have some legitimate price increases. You could understand the interest in these cards, but there is always a bit of caution behind most of these. As always, if you haven't, please do subscribe to the channel and become a channel member like David here. By joining the Void Mage tier, you'll be able to view videos earlier than anyone else. The first card to talk about is Sorceress Queen. This goes back to Arabian Nights, but this reprint is from the introductory two-player set. Well, here you go, it's pretty much worthless unless it's from Arabian Nights. So why is this one so frickin' expensive? Well, it's probably because there's only a total of 3 being listed for sale, and they're not even near mints. There's just not that many of them out there, and that does contribute towards a higher asking price. This is one of those where I would still stay away from it, but you can understand why people are going to be asking a little bit more for it. The next card is from Universes Beyond Warhammer 40k, the Red Terror. Whenever red source you control deals damage to one or more permanents and or players, put a +1/+1 counter on the Red Terror. It's okay, I mean it's not something I'm a massive fan of, it's 4 mana for this creature that you're probably going to be playing in Commander. The Warhammer 40k crossover has a lot of cool cards in it, and a lot of people are a fan of it. However, you just get a lot of random cards that are so like this. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just not enough for me to really understand why a lot of people would jump on the bandwagon. These cards may be harder to find, but that shouldn't be the entire reason why they're desirable. But I do know that a lot of people are going crazy for those Tyranids. This is probably the biggest gainer of the week, and it has a lot to do with the upcoming Phyrexia All Will Be One set. If you're not one for leaks, then disregard this. Urtet, Remnant of Memnarch is a 3 mana 2/2 legendary artifact creature mirror, the first mirror commander option that we're getting. Whenever you cast a mirror spell, you create a 1/1 colorless mirror artifact creature token, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, untap each mirror you control. You can pay 5 mana and tap it to put 3 +1/+1 counters on each mirror you control, but you can only do that on your turn. A really cool option, this has a ton of potential. Now you start to see why Mirror Matrix would go up. Mirror Matrix is indestructible. All mirror get +1/+1, and you can pay 5 mana to create another mirror. Not outstanding value, but this card has never been reprinted, and it does synergize with mirror. So you can understand why people would jump on that bandwagon. And looking at the sales, it does seem like people are legitimately interested in this card. I don't see really any red flags at all. Next we have the Return of the Wild Speaker. This is the same exact one from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Again, no other Return of the Wild Speaker is going up like this. It's not even an original print from Throne of Eldraine, but its market price is ridiculous by comparison. And what I like to do is look at the sales to see what the card is actually sold for. And I'm seeing $18.69, I'm seeing $10.42, I'm seeing $18.79, $18.89. So I want to go and see the actual listings that are around that price so I can point to a culprit. And look at these at the very last page. I understand you're going to see higher prices on the last page pretty much every single time, because where else are they going to go, right? But this is to the point where it's shameless. It is really just in your face. We don't care about the consumer. We're going to take this $2 bulk rare at best, and Tower Gaming is going to make you pay $18 for it, near mint. Rogue Magic Games, $18.75. ZMK SYP, $18.98. PX Magic, $19.36. Hectares GG, $19.99. A lot of these I've seen, and I wonder if that Tower Gaming is the same Tower Gaming or Dark Tower Gaming that had a falling out with Rudy recently. This is just obnoxious. If anything, you don't have to agree with the problems with the direct feature, but just looking at this, taking a card that should really just be $2 to $3 max, and asking this much more. I get it, direct. It has its benefits. Your listings are going to be at the front, but show some damn respect. Next we have Plague Mirror. This is the one from Mirrodin Besieged. It is going up probably because of Toxic and the return of the poison counter mechanics. Being able to manipulate that with Proliferate is pretty cool. But I must warn you, while this has a legitimate reason to go up, it is going to be reprinted in the Phyrexia All Will Be One Commander product. So it's not like Mirror Matrix where it has a legitimate reason because it's not reprinted and it's a really old card. This is getting a reprint very soon, so I would stay away from it. Next we have Garruk's Uprising. This is a solid card. I mean, we get a lot of solid cards like these that go up, but they're not all-stars, they're not the kind of card that everyone's going to rush to build a deck around. It's not essential for really any strategy. It's just more consistency in green, which if that's what you need for your big creature decks, then go for it. You should also consider, though, that maybe the price that you're seeing is influenced by some of the direct sellers who are playing games with the price. Here we see the same seller again, Tower Gaming, $50 front and center on the first page here. $50. I remember a seller complaining to me saying, well, we gotta price them like this because we have overhead. I'm pretty certain that your employees will feel embarrassed to work for you if you sell your cards like this. You're gonna gain an awful reputation. The honest sellers are gonna be talking. And people are gonna know, hey, Tower Gaming, they like to rip people off. They like to play games. They like to manipulate the market. What an absolute clown show. So that's gonna do it for this week's weekly warnings. Again, it's not all negative. I don't want people to think that the weekly warnings is going to be 100%. Look at the market manipulation. Look at these direct sellers. It's just that most of it's going to be that way until something changes. I mean, this is too obnoxious. This is so bad that you're taking bulk rares, maybe somewhat decent uncommons, and jacking up the price by, we're talking thousands of percentage points. And it would be one thing if those listings just existed on the last page. Fair enough, you can't always stop people from listing a card for what they want, but you can stop them from being frickin' front and center, TCGplayer, and that's my biggest issue with this whole thing. They need to stop putting them front and center, because the marketplace has become an absolute joke. Anyway, that's gonna do it. Commander Void here signing off. I will see you all next time.